Hello and welcome to Midday Update. Coming up are the headlines for the day. Thunderstorms predicted in parts of Oman. Ministerial decision regarding real estate transfer charges issued in Oman. Environment Authority issues over 160 violations against establishments in Oman. One youth dies with monkeypox-like symptoms. Kerala Health Department initiates inquiry. 7 people hospitalized in Orlando mass shooting in US. Sri Lanka to implement QR code system-based fuel distribution from Monday. South Africa crush England by 90 runs in final T20 International. Shamsi takes FIFA to demolish hosts. India at Commonwealth Games 2022. Achinta Shuli, Jeremy Lalrinanga shine on day 3. Those were the headlines. Now for the local stories for the day. Thunderstorms associated with active downward winds and the flow of valleys are predicted over parts of the Sultanate of Oman on Monday. Cumulonimbus clouds continue to form on the Al Hajar Mountains and adjoining areas today, with chances of thunderstorms of varying intensity accompanied by active downward winds at times and the flow of valleys during the afternoon and evening, Oman Meteorology said in a statement. Omani Riyal 100 to be charged for transfer and registration of each real estate unit located within the integrated residential neighborhood projects, the Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning announced on Monday. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning has issued a ministerial decision number 156 by 2022 on the amendment of some provisions of the list of values, fees and prices collected by the ministry. The first article of the decision stipulated that a new item number 16 is added to Annex number 6 regarding fees for registration and documentation of disposals, transfer fees and requests for proof of ownership attached to the list of values, fees and prices collected by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning as follows. Omani Riyal 100 to be charged for transfer and registration of each real estate unit located within the integrated residential neighborhood project Suru. More than 165 violations have been issued against establishments, factories and companies during the inspection visits that were carried out by the Environment Authority. Oman News Agency said the following in a statement. The Environment Authority carried out 3,284 inspection visits to pollution sources in 6 months, during which it detected 104 violations of non-compliance with environment requirements, 36 violations against establishments and factories for establishing a source of work without obtaining environmental permit, and 31 violations against companies for not presenting environmental permits and licenses at the worksite. Those are the local stories. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with international news. Stay tuned.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to Midday Update. Now for the international stories. State Health Minister Veena George initiated a high-level inquiry into the death of a youth presenting with monkeypox-like symptoms. The youth hailed from the Thrissur district and tested positive in a foreign country. The health department called a meeting in Ponayur regarding the death of a young man due to alleged monkeypox. Meanwhile, a contact list and route map of the deceased youth has been prepared. Contact persons advised to undergo isolation. Notably, India has reported 5 cases of monkeypox so far, of which 3 cases are from Kerala, 1 is from Delhi and 1 from Andhra Pradesh, Guntur. Following this, the central government is on an alert even as the count of infections in some countries has risen. NITI Aayog's member Dr. V.K. Paul said that there is absolutely no need for any panic as the government has taken significant measures to keep the disease in check. According to World Health Organization, more than 18,000 cases have been reported from 78 countries. A mass shooting in downtown Orlando, Florida left 7 people hospitalized on Sunday, while the assailant is still at large. The violence erupted around 2 a.m. after a large fight broke out, Orlando Police Chief Eric D. Smith said. An unidentified assailant pulled out a handgun and fired into the crowd, injuring 7 people, sources reported. All 7 victims were taken to a nearby hospital where they were listed in stable condition, Smith said. Authorities do not immediately have a description of the shooter. According to the non-profit Gun Violence Archive, the U.S. has at least 381 mass shootings this year. That's an average of more than 1.7 mass shootings every day, sources reported. With increasing incidents of gun violence in the United States, President Joe Biden had said that the U.S. needs to ban assault weapons for the sake of protecting children and families or raise the age to purchase them from 18 to 21. In the recent incidents, 2 people were killed and 4 others, including 3 officers, were injured in a shooting in Haltom City of Texas on Saturday. Police said that 1 woman was found dead inside the home and a man was found fatally shot in the home's driveway. An elderly woman who called 911 was shot but expected to survive. Sri Lankans have been urged not to overcrowd fuel stations in the country as the fuel distribution process for vehicles as per the QR code system, which was delayed earlier, will be implemented from Monday at fuel stations across the island nation, local media reported. The National Fuel Pass QR code system will be implemented from tomorrow at fuel stations across the island, the Power and Energy Ministry of the country, Kanchana Vijayakara, said. The minister further said that the fuel distribution under the National Fuel Pass portal, along with the last digit of the vehicle's registration number, will be prioritized for fuel stations that have adopted the QR code system. As per the weekly fuel quota, the 2-wheelers will receive 4 litres of fuel, while the 3 litres will receive 5 litres of fuel. The small 4-wheelers, including cars and vans, will be distributed with 20 litres of fuel for a week, whereas the heavy vehicles such as buses and lorries will be given 40 to 50 litres of fuel respectively. The fuel pass was introduced to ensure a weekly fuel quota for motorists, given that Sri Lanka is unable to import fuel in adequate quantities, the minister had said earlier. The Power and Energy Ministry said that the pilot project was initiated from July 21st until July 24th at selected filling stations in Colombo and other districts before extending nationwide from July 25th. The vehicles with the number plates last digit ending with 6, 7, 8 or 9 will be allowed for refueling today, Wednesday and Friday, it added. However, the ICTA had ruled out the announcement, saying that under the current situation, the fuel pass will only be used in selected gas stations and it will take another few days to implement the system across the island. Meanwhile, the World Food Programme said that the remaining petrol reserves in Sri Lanka are likely to be insufficient to meet the needs of people. Those are the international stories. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with sports news. Stay tuned.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to Midday Update. Now for the sports news. Half-centuries from Reza Hendricks and Aiden Markram and a fifer from spinner Tabraiz Shamsi powered South Africa to a 90-run win over England in the third and final T20 international of the series at Southampton on Sunday. With this victory, South Africa won the series 2-1, defeating a quality England side in their own territory. In their first innings, South Africa scored 191 for 5 in their 20 overs. Hendricks and Markram were the leading batters for Proteas, which also saw contributions from Riley Rossouw and captain David Miller. Medium pacer David Willey took the most wickets for England. Willey sent packing opener Quinton de Kock in the third ball of the innings by dislodging his stumps. Afterwards, Rossouw and Hendricks had a 55-run stand to bring back some order to the innings after an early hiccup, which ended with spinner Moeen Ali bowling out Rossouw for well-made 31 of 18 balls. Hendricks was next joined by Markram and they continued to keep the scoreboard ticking. Markram also brought up his half-century soon and along with Miller, who scored 22 of 9 balls, took South Africa to a good score. Chasing 192, England had a decent opening 28-run stand between Jason Roy and Jos Buttler. But after the dismissal of Buttler for 14 by Keshav Maharaj, the hosts started to lose wickets regularly. Johnny Bairstow tried to hold one end steady but eventually fell short of partners. He was the last man dismissed for his 27 by Maharaj. England were bundled out for just 101 runs and lost the match by 90 runs, giving the series to the Proteas. Shamsi was the leading bowler for South Africa as he destroyed the lower middle order and the tail with his 5 for 24. He won the Man of the Match award for his brilliant spell, with Hendricks was given the Man of the Series award for scoring 180 runs in the series. He scored half-centuries in all 3 matches. It was another memorable day for India in weightlifting as they managed to win 2 gold medals at the Commonwealth Games 2022 Day 3. Indian weightlifter Jeremy Lalrananga bagged gold with a dominant performance in the 57 kgs men's weightlifting event, while Achinta Shuli finished Day 3 on a high for India with gold in 73 kg event. In the teams events, India's women cricket team picked up their first win of the tournament, beating Pakistan with a comfortable 8-wicket win. Star opening batter Smriti Mandhani did the star run for India with a fluent 63. The Indian men's hockey team also began their campaign on Day 3 of competitions, notching up an even more dominant and fluent 11-0 win over Ghana. Also through to the quarterfinals were the Indian men's table tennis team after a comfortable victory over Bangladesh in the round of 16. So was the informed swimmer India's Srihari Nachraj, who finished 5th in the semi-final 1 of 50-meter backstroke. He finished the semi-final round with a timing of 25.38 seconds to qualify for the final. Apart from that, Indian squash player Saurav Ghoshal defeated Canada's David Baillargeon in 11-6, 11-2, 11-6 to reach the semi-finals. World champion Nikhat Zareen got off to a flyer in her women's 48 to 50 kgs lightweight round of 16 against Mozambique's Helena Ismail Bagao, with the referee being forced to stop the contest in her favour. Those were the local, international and sports stories for the day. For more updates, stay tuned and keep watching TTV.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.